All right, guys. So big waves out there. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Oh my goodness. Did anybody else have like the fastest weekend known to man? Like it was one of those weekends where I blinked and then it was over. And when the alarm went off this morning, I went, wait a minute. This is a little bit too soon, a little bit too soon, but that's okay. We're getting through it. But hopefully you guys all had a great weekend as well. Um, I did see some birthdays, but I don't see any of them on here. So, Vicky, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to put you in charge of birthdays this morning. To go see if we have any birthdays that are on here today. So that would be wonderful. Oh, I assigned somebody that's actually not here. So let's see. Well, Paula, you're it. So you're in charge. You go look for some birthdays and see if we have any this morning. So love it, love it. All right, so Coach will not be on with us this morning, so it's just me. So I'm going to do my best to talk to you guys about path. And what is our path? Our path is a course or direction in which a person moves, a way of achieving a specific result. It's kind of the direction where we're going, right? So we kind of talked about direction before, but why does it matter? And it matters because every meaningful goal requires us to be on a specific path. And we almost always admire somebody else's destination, right? Like I'm so excited for Lance and Trisha. They're going to Panama Beach. I can picture the sand. I can smell the sunscreen, maybe the pina colada. Like I can imagine everything about where they're going, and I could be really envious about their destination. Like, oh, I want to sit on the sand. I haven't been to the beach in months, right? Whatever it may be. But I'm not really thinking about their journey, right? That we'll pretend that their journey's a rough one. I hope it's a nice, smooth drive for you guys. But it could be, I don't know. Like, I don't know the path that they're going to have to take. I know they've got to make it from Louisiana to Florida, but I really don't know which way they're going to go or what bumps they're going to have or what obstacles they're going to go. What they're doing to get to their destination, I don't know. I don't know the difficult decisions, right? I don't know the quiet little sacrifices that we all have to make, the disappointments, all the things that help us get to where we're going. So we kind of compare ourselves with the destination of where people are at, right? Like you see those people that are exercising on the internet and they're there, right? You're like, well, you can lift 1,000,000 pounds and you've got all these lumps and bumps that I didn't even know bodies were supposed to have, and all of these things because you've already arrived at your destination. And I can compare myself where I'm just brand new on this path, right? So we want to make sure that we don't do that. And sometimes the path that we're on is challenging because it's helping us develop strength. Right? It's helping us develop wisdom. It's helping us develop character that we're going to need when we get there, right? And we also have to realize that we cannot walk every available path, right? I can't go to Panama City and Newport Beach at the same time. So Newport Beach, California, Panama City, Florida, like those are very different places. And if I try to pick one path to go to both, I'm not going to make it. So each time I choose a destination, I'm deciding what deserves my attention and what must be left behind because our progress. I've got marbles in my mouth this morning. Hate when that happens. I almost made Vicky spit out her coffee, so that would have been joy-filled, just so you know. I would have appreciated that. Sorry you didn't. But I've got some marbles, but let me back up a little bit. Progress requires commitment, not constant reconsideration. You ever set a goal and then reconsider, reconsider, reconsider? Well, what happens when we do that? We probably will never achieve it. So we don't have to see the entire path. I simply need enough clarity and courage to take that next step. So the quote that I found is a Tony Robbins one. It's probably one that we all have heard before. The path to success is to take massive, determined action, to go get the work done today. Just go take that action. But what we want to ask ourselves are my daily choices taking me on the path that I want to go. So some things to consider to make sure that we're on the right track and we're on the right path is what destination am I pursuing? Right? What are my goals? What am I looking for? If I don't know where I want to go, almost any path can distract me, right? I think about, I'll tell you guys, I know Coach made fun of me for this, but I am so nervous for my hiking trip that's coming up in October. I am actually doing this, made me think of you, Lance. I'm actually doing this with a girlfriend of mine that is an Ironman. So she is one of the fittest humans that I know. And she's got a baseline level of fitness that I can't really even imagine, right? And I'm trying to get myself in good enough shape that she doesn't have to leave me at the bottom of the mountain, right? That at least I can see her in the distance as I'm following her up these paths, right? And so I've got on this little bit of a journey trying to figure out what I'm going to do in my fitness. Well, guess what? There are a million options. A million options. Like if you go search fitness plan to get ready for 40-mile hike, you get a million opinions. Well, I could pick and do a different one every single day and probably never get anywhere. So I'm trying to stay focused. I created the plan that I am going to follow, and I'm trying to be really specific and follow that path and not get distracted by all the other ones that may get me where I want to go, but not if I do something different every single day, right? I probably won't make the progress that I need to have in order to not perish on this journey. Two, does your current path align with your priorities? So if you look at your day to day, right, you look on the things that you give your time to, you look at where you're focusing, you look at all of that, we have to realize that maybe it's not actually aligned with what we want. Activity is truly not the same as progress. And I can think about myself. You ever have this where you've got a to-do list that's like super long, and so you decide that you're going to go mop? You're like, oh, I've got so much I have to do with work today. So what I really am going to start with is organizing my closet. That's going to really help. Well, no, I'm focusing on something that's not my priority, maybe because it feels a little less stressful, a little easier, get a little bit of progress. Okay, well, maybe get the dopamine over there and then get back to work. But I've got to try to make sure that my path aligns with what's actually important to my priorities to make sure that my effort is pointing me in the right direction. Next is I need to ask myself, am I treating an obstacle like a stop sign? Is this just a tree that I need to climb over, right? Hopefully one laying down, right? Is this just something I need to step over, climb over, figure out a way around? Or is this actually something that I need to surrender and realize, okay, this might not be for me, but I've got to realize and do a little bit of reflecting to make sure that not all challenges require me to surrender and say, forget it. Some things I actually have to climb over. Next, it was what is the next clear step? If we can just figure that out, right, the next step that we need to take, we can get farther. And we've got to remember that I'm not comparing my path with anybody else because their pace, right? Their terrain, their resources, their assignment might be different from mine. So I can't compare their journey. I might follow in their footsteps, right? But I'm not going to compare my path with theirs. And then I want to ask myself, do I really need a brand new path? Or do I really need renewed discipline on the one that I've already chosen? Because sometimes we want to change direction when really what we need to do is focus on being more consistent. We're going the right direction, right? We've got the right path in front of us. We just have to double down and keep going. And then lastly, we can ask ourselves, who's walking next to me? Who are my buddies? Who's my running partner? Who's my accountability partner? Who's my motivation? Who's my support? Who's my mentor? Who are the people around us that are going to help us have a little bit of perspective, maybe encourage us along the way, and give us some accountability when the path becomes difficult? So if we can figure out who those people are, and maybe we have to course correct, right? Because maybe the people that we're surrounding ourselves with aren't going where we want to go. So we can love them, but we might want to be spending time with people on a different path. So our challenge for today is to identify just one destination that matters to you. right? One thing. I don't know. Maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in your business, maybe it's in your relationship. I don't know. You pick it, what's important to you. I don't know your path, right? Pick one thing that matters to you, then write down three little steps that will move you toward it. And then pick the first one and go complete it today. So that's our challenge on this Monday. And just remember, we might not be able to see the whole entire path, but we just want to take one little step in the right direction. So I love you guys. I hope you all have a beautiful Monday. We'll see you over on the IPA, and thanks for being with me this morning.
Great message,
Thank
Andrea.
you.
Good one,
Very
Andrea.
Very
memorable.
much.
Thank you.